It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. We're just 2 steps away from the Super Bowl, and we're underway in this NFC Divisional matchup. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Another run for Williams. And he gains ground to the 33 before being stopped. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. From the pistol, Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. They've got first down from the 31. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Connects on the crosser. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. That one gains 7. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. N'Kobe Dean in on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Has room down the left sideline. Hits the 20. And he makes the Heffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though, and that's a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally redeem himself after that one.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring out 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Another carry for him. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
The give here on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. feet and eyes, they so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're set up at the 35 now. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Galloping inside the 40. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That'll do it for 1/4 of this NFC Divisional Round matchup. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Going to the ground again on 1st. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs, gets the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Chooses to bring this one out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the well again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
All right, here we go. Second down. This time it's a passing play. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Throwing on third and long. Olave with the catch. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Running it now out of the gun. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Cooper to Gene with the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Keep the ball moving. Keep the ball moving.
Back-to-back carries here. And they take him down right along the 30. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Down like a lawnmower, baby.
Now looking to throw. Brought in close to the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
And he's brought down for a loss. The Saints calling for a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense to the line for 2nd down. He keeps it himself. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That's all you could really expect from a sneak, Kate. One, maybe a couple yards. So in that way, their job was executed. But the play call, well, that leaves me and I think many scratching our heads.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Up the gut they go with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Punting unit out now. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. Short drop, and he gets a kick away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over possession. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Short pass caught by his tight end. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create...
He's got it deep downfield. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts at the 3. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Lays out left side and gets it. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, Hurts. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Wow, they must really trust in this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. From the left hash, this is from 47. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They're going play action. It is Cup, left side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They're throwing it. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 46. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down, ball at the 36. Hand off to the back. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 27. Throw caught at the 6. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's good for another Saints.
From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints cut into the lead coming out of halftime. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Hurts. We'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line. It's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
Second and 10 now. Completed here to Komet. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hurts looking to throw. Komet brings it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That throw finds Komet. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll get them enough for a first down. We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. The Eagles with the lead, hoping to close out a playoff win. They're set up at the 35 now. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. A play fake now Hurts to throw. The right side hauled in by Komet.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Give to Williams from the gun. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
The Saints add a 5th defensive back here. 3rd down coming up. Hurts now from the gun. He's on the move. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and goal. Here's Williams. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. He gets him 3, and this brings up 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game.
Saints 14.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. They connect on the deep shot. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
From the 17. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball. Yard line. First and 10 from the 41. On the handoff, this is Williams. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They still have two to work with in this final quarter. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They go with Williams on the counter. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Eagles only up by a few. Their punter making his way out now. Braden Mann will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw. He finds Johnson.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Setting up to pass. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he is to throw. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Offense staying on the field. This is 4th down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to throw it. And they won't do it. So that falls incomplete on 4th down.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And they pulled off the rare and elusive road win in the postseason, which means their journey stays alive another week as they head to the conference championship, where they're going to get a shot to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from New Orleans.